Now, you might wonder why we're doing this, and primarily it's because I've lost a lot of weight on it. I'm I lost like 45 pounds. I know my hair's a mess right now, you guys, but I just wanted to check in real quick because I'm gonna post some stuff on the weight loss course right now, and um, it's gonna show like basically, well, I've dropped from 215 pounds to about 170 pounds just by following this diet. And and we came back to Vegas. It was hard to do it in New York City. It was really hard to lose weight in New York City. The food was just too prevalent. There's not a lot of things to do there other than eating, and so that's why we decided to do it this way. So, anyways, so
I've been suffering from really, really bad depression, and I'll do it through help. But I'm having a really, really, really hard time. Every day I want to commit suicide. Seriously, it's really bad. So I don't know what to do anymore. New York really, really ruined it. Really took away all of our joy. Took away my joy. So we're really struggling. So we're trying to get back.
yeah.
It's really hard. The food helps.
So we don't really figure out what to do. We thought about maybe splitting up for a while. Well, we did because you're suppressed and you just kind of got to do your thing. I got to get a job or something, but it's too hard for me to get stuff. We live in one room, as we know. We've just been good for 10 years until New York. Now it's like hard to be in the same room together because, it's just like we just sleep all day, and we're just like kind of bring each other down. So I got to do my hair.
Do you have a watch charger that works?
What do I have?
Do you have a watch charger that works?
Your work just doesn't work? Are you sure? I might have unplugged it last night. Double check it. But yeah, I do have one. Here, bring it over here if you need it. Her watch charger is not working. So, oh hey there. How are you doing, David? Good morning. Are you out there in Buffalo? How's the weather? We got a couple of our Jedi followers from the years gone by saying hi.
Yeah, I'm having a really hard time. I'm very, very depressed every single day. All I do is sleep. I'm like suicidal. I'm really not doing well at all. It's really bad. It's really bad.
Yeah, so we're just kind of, I'm trying to figure out what to do here because it's very hard for me to do anything. I don't know if you guys have ever been with someone who's been depressed, but it's hard. You can't, it's just hard because you got to pay attention to their needs and they need stuff and they don't know what they need. And I'm depressed and it makes me depressed. Yes, it's nice there. Oh, cool. I know New York sounds pretty good.
What doesn't work either? That's my watch.
Oh, maybe your watch isn't working anymore. Oh. Let's see what happened to Joy's watch. Jedi folks, stay in there now. Things will get better. I know that's what that's what I keep telling her. But it's one of those things that is just really tough.
It only seems to get worse.
Yeah, it seems to get worse, but it's really hard because it's like, we have money and we have things, and so it's just like there's no real directive to do anything, I guess. So, I guess what it is that we're working out, we're trying to figure out how we can have kids, and I think that's probably because it's like there's really nothing else for us to do. I mean, it's not that there's nothing else for us to do. It's that both of us were both people that wanted to have kids, and out of all of our friends that didn't want to have kids, they decided to settle and have kids, and we're the ones that didn't because we were. I don't know. I know that she was waiting before I met her. She didn't want to have kids until she.
Well, I already had an abortion.
Yeah, she already had, but she wanted to make sure she had the right situation, and I wanted to make sure that I had the right situation. And now we have the right people, but now we just have to figure out how we can, we can't really bring a kid into this lifestyle. So I've been looking, obviously, for the last year, but really the last 3 months, really hard, focusing on getting a job, just like a normal square job, like just something that I can do where we could do something like that, like raise a kid, family. But quite honestly, those jobs are it's not that they're hard to find, it's that
Yeah, what made me depressed is I'm so tired of my job. It just gets worse and worse every year. And we don't know what to do because we're not willing to, please don't put that so close to me. I mean, it's not even huge, so. We don't wanna do some lame job where we're not making any money and we're having to work a ton of hours, cause we've done that before. We don't feel like doing that, but I'm so tired of my job. It gets worse and worse each year, it doesn't get better. And it's gotten so bad since COVID. This job before COVID was great, but it has been absolutely horrid since COVID.
Well, the weird thing is that she can get her commercial driver's license, but if we have a little bit of money, maybe she can get less than that. I don't know. She has a lot of
We
fit.
don't have a little bit of money right now. We
Huh?
don't have any money. Our money right now is for rent.
I know that's true. We don't really have
We
much
don't
money.
have any extra money.
No, but if you get a call, I mean, I think to do these classes is not more than like $500 or $600 to do like a class for a commercial
Yeah,
driving.
we don't even have that right now.
But we can get that. Is what I'm saying. I don't see. That's what I'm talking about. See, everything I come up with, she's the first person to come up with like, no, we can't do it. Okay, I get it. And it's like, but I have a hard enough time coming up with ideas in general. But as soon as I come up with one, she's got like a million reasons why we can't do it, rather than trying to find, oh, how can we make it work? And that's the problem with living with someone who's depressed, because they're depressed. Like, let's do something different. You come up with an idea, they're like, and like, I'll just keep doing what I'm doing. Well, another year goes by, you're even more depressed next year. So it's like, I'm the kind of person that says, fuck it. I just want to do it. And I'm always like finding, like people even say that, like, for example, I lost our Jaguar because I thought we were going to get picked up. I was very optimistic that things were going to work out. I still am. Losing that Jaguar, I still believe it's going to be replaced by a better car. It just has taken longer than 4 or 5 years. But I think that if we still had that car, well, we'd still be back at the budget suites. We'd still be living there. We never would have gone to New York. We never would have done anything we would have seen. Oh, where are you guys living now? Oh, well, right now we're back in Vegas. So we left New York City back a few months ago, primarily for health reasons. It was just really cold there, and I was getting too fat, and I couldn't lose weight. So we came here and was able to get back, almost back to my body again. You guys can watch the old videos that I got. And now we're gonna have our beef burgers.
It looks great. She's great.
So yeah, so that's the struggle, you know. It's just like, hey, you know, let's do this, and it's like nothing really gets a depressed person fired up, and I don't know. It's like this thing. It's like, really, I think that she's kind of just waiting for her mom to come back, or her dad, or like stuff in her childhood that depressed her that's just never gonna get better. Yeah, we can't make better, and just you know. She doesn't eat anything other than beef, and that doesn't help you.
Sure, we need a bunch of stuff.
Oh yeah, we're
We
eating
need a bunch of stuff. What are you talking about?
beef and almond butter.
Mangoes, and we're eating butter, and we're eating bacon, and we were eating avocados, and we were eating chicken, a bunch of fruit, eating a bunch of other stuff.
Okay, so the food, so nothing really makes her feel better. But
Beef makes me feel better.
this beef though helps me to lose weight. I'm gonna post something here. I got before and after. Basically, since I got here 3 months ago, and for depression, it's important to get this is a well thought out. Important to get out of the house as much as possible. That's true. Seems like we do feel better when we get out of the house, huh? This place is depressing. Especially, this is even a house. That could be help part of it. Compile a list of free things to do, if any. Get out, yeah, get in the morning. Yeah, we have yeah, exactly. Yeah, we gotta go for a little morning drive.
We have a lot of stuff we gotta do today, so.
Yeah, well, I have to go to the eye doctor. That's one. That's one thing I have to do today.
We gotta get our headlight fixed.
Get a headlight fixed. That's another project. So that'll be a cool little couple projects to do. So we'll do little projects today, and let's see how our depression works. Because really, we got to get joy. We got to transition out of this job, and it's not as easy as it sounds. because, well, because people have whatever. It's just not as easy as it sounds. And I want to do something. And wouldn't it be great, you guys? We could get to the next chapter of the Jedi here. You guys watched this since 2018, kind of bouncing around. And before this, by the way, before this, I've been putting the old stuff up. Before we were from everything that happened before we had the website.
Oh, you're so happy then.
Yeah, we were happy because we had no idea what was going on primarily. I mean, I think that was part of it. Everything was so new. We were like, oh wow, this is amazing. We went and lived in the caves. And then what happened was, we said, oh, isn't this cool up here? We started telling everybody, tweeting about the caves. And so then the county decided to fill in the caves.
But we had already moved.
Yeah, but we'd already moved out. But still, it's just stuff like that. And that's kind of like how it is. Like we go out and we find something.
We were really excited to go to New York, and the loser kicked us out in a month.
Yeah, we're real excited to go to New York.
The loser kicked us out in a month, in a week, and we paid $12,000. And then he proceeded to rob us blind for the next year.
Yeah, so this guy we rented a apartment from in New York City. He those caves. Oh, hey, you remember the caves, Kyle? Cool, man. I know they were really cool, and you know what? They filled them in because we enjoyed them. Isn't that weird? Like Jedi Rich and Jedi Joy were enjoying them. We were getting some traction. So the county goes out of their way to step on federal land. It's outside the county line. To use county taxpayer dollars to fill in the caves that Joy and I were enjoying.
And then.
Why? Hold on. Why? Why'd they do that? What were you gonna say, Joy?
Then we go rent a place in New York.
Well, you're too far away.
And then
They can't
he
hear you.
kicked us out after a week and a month because of my job. And which he already knew about. He set us up to do this. He was a Craigslist guy. He sets people up. And then he has been robbing us for the last year. I just got him out of our account this weekend with massive threats because we have like a huge lawsuit against him. He had stole about $20,000 on top of the $12,000 from us, and there's nothing we can do about it.
Well, AT&T seems to be I'm gonna go after AT&T a little bit because
He went and ordered 6 phones and devices on our AT&T account without our permission, pretending to be Jedi Rich. And AT&T's too stupid, they let him.
so anyway, so it's not that they're stupid, it's that we're gonna get AT&T has compromised our security. They've compromised our security by allowing a person to buy phones on my account. And so they walk in the store, not only do they have the ability to buy phones on my account, but they also have the ability to find out other information about me on my account. They can find out all this stuff. Who knows what AT&T is giving this person? Now, we have a pretty good suspicion of who this person is because the person was added as a user to my AT&T account.
Well, and he threatened to destroy us financially and destroy us. That's what he said. He's going to take all of his means, which his family owns MetLife, and he was going to destroy us, and he did.
Anyway, so that's why she's upset about that, and so she hasn't recovered on that issue. But my issue is this. I know that is very, very scary. So, because this guy is he's a powerful Jewish man. That's what he says, and his Jewish family is what he says stands behind him in everything that he does, especially when it comes to extorting women and the less fortunate like us. Like we had very little credit. He advertised no credit, so he takes advantage of people with no credit, checks out our stuff. He knows that he can convict us out later for whatever reason he wants to have, and then but he keeps all the money, and then he comes after you for the full amount of the contract. And if you don't pay him, well, shit, he starts stealing phones on your account on AT&T. He starts stealing phones from AT&T
And adding charges to
and adding charges, and then he threatens that if we tell the cops or we do anything, that he will hire skip trace. He's already told us that he has people following us, which has caused so much trauma for us the last year. Can you imagine having someone follow you wherever you go, and having someone with that sort of money in New York City just hounding you, and not only that, getting your accounts? So it's been a nightmare for us. So
that's why I'm depressed.
yes, that's why she's depressed. So I'm not quite sure exactly where we go with this because he talked to her over the weekend and he threatened her, scared her that if she does anything legal, that he will just destroy her and destroy my mother. And so now she's kind of like, oh, I can't do anything. Well, I know NYC does suck. You know what? New York City is awesome. You know what sucks? Is all the fucking people that live there. If the people didn't live there, it just attracts the greediest people for the last couple hundred years. And now what we have the grandchildren of the worst fucking people on the planet. The grandchildren of the grandchildren of the worst people.
Granny Corey Weber.
And
The worst person I've ever
yeah,
met.
well, for example, there's one person that named, and you can look it up. And we'll write it. You know, she made me delete all my fucking articles. He made her delete all the articles that I'd written about him on our website, about all the fucking fraud he's done against us. He scared her so bad that she had to delete the stuff. And this stuff was for AT&T FBI stuff. I mean, this is, people went into AT&T and bought 6 iPhone 13s, almost $10,000 worth of gear on our account in Times Square, New York City. And we predicted that would happen. And AT&T let it happen. So we're kind of wondering, well, listen, we're the victims here. And we paid AT&T yesterday and they gave us like $20 off. Thank you very much, AT&T. However, we're traumatized. We're scared. You have our information. You're allowing people to go in and pretend to be me all over New York City, spend $10,000 on my account. And you want me just to be, oh, I'll just relax and go about my day. You know, little Jedi Rich here, who really, dudes, all we wanted, as you guys know, we don't want to bother anybody. All we want to do is just, you know, make some videos, live our life, show you guys like, hey,
not have someone steal from us every single day.
have an alternative. Hey, here's the way a couple other people live. You know, that don't have kids that, for whatever reason, are in Vegas. And instead, what happens is we got people like this guy in New York. We had people like, you know, hound us up at the caves. You know,
We had to cancel 4 debit cards because he keeps charging our cards. 4.
so that's the sort of stuff that we've been contending with. That probably has been contributing to her depression.
No, it is good. Oh my God.
So do you guys, I mean, I'm trying to figure out what kind of lawyer we need. I mean, because the thing is, lawyers cost money.
Which we have none now. We've been taking it all.
Right, so and he knows that people like us, in other words, people that don't have a lot of money, can't afford a lawyer to take on a case like that. You know, so. But we'll try to figure something out.
It just doesn't stop. It just took $2,000 from us the other day.
Come on. Okay, so that's what's been going on with the Jedi here. You like Kyle said, and I can't read. I have to get my dog my eyes checked.
He broke his glasses on Christmas.
I broke my glasses over the weekend.
Someone stole his glasses when we were in New York.
I know, fucking ridiculous.
From our hotel room. Remember that? Remember when your glasses got stolen from the hotel room?
NYC sucks. Yeah, you cancel your accounts. Yeah, it's scary. Hey, Kyle. Yeah, I remember you from the cave. But check it out. We don't need a big space like cave. But now, I feel like that well, there's this guy who feels that because he feels because he's Jewish, and this is what he told us, is that
Because I'm a whore.
he's Jewish. No, this is what he said. He said, look, people like me and my family, we are better than you. You can read those shit he wrote. It's fucking, the guy is so, I don't know what you call a person that's like religious, but then uses religion to like push down other people like women or people that don't follow his rules, like because I think he's 27 years old. I think he's a virgin. The way he acts, no, really, because he keeps talking about his girlfriend and all this other stuff. And what do you call a person that uses their religion to make themselves better than other people? like what kind of person is. I don't know what that is, but that's what he does. It's like, and how do you argue with that? It's like, because you're not supposed to like, I'm not supposed to say, oh, well, your religion sucks or your religion's full of shit, because then that would make me like what they call it, like a person with prejudice against people with religion. So I can't talk shit about his religion.
He thinks he's the chosen and we're heathens.
Whatever. Yeah, as you guys know, my religion is Jedi. I don't do the fucking Bible stuff. I don't do things that were written 2,000 years ago. I kind of look more like now and what's happening. And what I see is that we weren't able to do that, but he just has this attitude that he feels that God has given him the right to steal money and harass my wife for the last year because she is a sex worker. Now, that might be true in his religion. However, in the city of New York, what she does is not a crime. What she did, in fact, it's.
They decriminalized it.
In fact, it's been in fact, it was only criminalized in the last 100 years. So before the last 100 years, it was never illegal.
And then now they decriminalized
Just in the last 100 years, with this last like 1900s of whatever we went through with the prohibition, we went through the 1900s were an era where they were like making everything illegal. If you read like 1904, all the way on up, it was all just like no. It's like illegal drugs, illegal prostitution, illegal gambling, everything was everything was going illegal. After, by the way, in the 1800s, everything was legal. I mean, you get opium, you get cocaine, you get everything. I mean, in your sodas, everything was legal. So the 1800s is like you had this bunch of people that wanted to make everything illegal, but then it was still being sold underground. So you kind of get how it was working. The alcohol is the most famous one, but now we're in a period of 2000 where we're like kind of undoing that. Like New York's already said, hey, you know what? Sex work is not a crime. Drugs are not a crime. You know what's a crime? Is stealing $12,000 from a sex worker. That's a crime.
And it's not $20,000.
Or $20,000. That's a crime.
$32,000.
And then using AT&T, using the AT&T system to steal more money and stealing money from AT&T. Those are federal crimes. Those are crimes because that affects someone else. That affects someone else's livelihood. That affects a lot of people. That affects hers, mine, all the people we have to pay. Affects
we've
AT&T.
overdrafted our account so many times because of this guy,
affects his.
which then charges us even more. But because he takes our money, we don't have any choice. We have to overdraft the account, and then they charge us $35 on every time you do a charge. So we just got $105 from overdraft this past weekend because they did it again.
Could have been worse though.
Yeah. Because it hurts my feelings that someone could be so hateful. It's not even about the money, it's about the attitude.
Well, of course.
Money sucks too, but it's the attitude that someone could be so hateful.
Well, yeah, it's called discrimination. It's like that feeling that like he doesn't know who you are. He just knows that you're a sex worker, so therefore he feels justified in being able to do whatever he wants.
Yeah.
So, anyways, we're probably going to continue looking for lawyers today to take on, see if someone wants to take on AT&T with us, and this guy Brandon, because he's just taking it too far.
It's just ruined our life.
Yeah. So I'm gonna have
We
her.
went from being like really happy always to just like I can't barely get out of bed anymore. And I literally want to die. I mean, I literally am like, this is just tiring. Let's make it end. But I don't know if I commit suicide.
I know, several.
So it's like that. Like I want to die, but I don't want to kill myself. And it's tough. He really, really. I mean, we were so happy for years. Like we didn't think anything could ever bring us down, but constant torment for a year, like your finances and your livelihood, and he was in everything, like all my privacy. He hacked into my iCloud, so you could see everything. And that took away all my privacy. My 45,000 videos and photos, they could see. And people were releasing my OnlyFans stuff online to other sites.
So what I'm going to post up, check out the Weight Loss Force channel. and the Weight Loss Force website. I've got to put some stuff up there, and also JediRich.com. What we're gonna do is I'm also working on our story. I mean, I think that I might tell like a fictional story, like kind of something kind of funny, or just kind of like just tell what it is.
I think it's the truth. It's like
But a lot of the true stuff is kind of cool. But we could also make it like, hey, the Jedi, we go up to the caves and we discover all this stuff. You can make it into like you can make it more interesting with a little embellishment, and what kind of happens from there. But we actually have footage, so we can kind of.
But most of like the truth is pretty freaking interesting. What happened too.
Yeah. Well.
It could be a totally true story.
Yeah. Do you guys have health insurance by any chance?
No.
Maybe couples therapy or individual therapy.
No.
Just go
We
through
don't
it.
have health insurance.
No, we don't really have health insurance.
We don't have any health
We're basically for the last 10 years we've both been off the grid. I mean, like she had a job.
We don't have a credit card. We don't have health insurance. We don't have any property that we own.
After
We just live in weekly.
hold on, Joy. After 2011, she had a job. She did all the normal stuff, and I did the stuff that I did, which is that I was, I had businesses and I was a CEO. But tell you what, if you've ever captained a ship, all right. Anybody here has ever captained a ship or been the head of anything? Have you ever been on one and it's sinking and it's going down? You have people that are kind of like that's kind of like what it felt like when you're running a business and it was after the mortgage crisis and I'm trying to navigate everything. That was traumatizing for me. That was very, very scary. Now she, on the other hand, she's military, so she's a little more like survivalist. So she's kind of picked me up, and so my point is that 10 years ago, excuse me, I wasn't back to work because I just had too much pressure on me, and she was also depressed then too, and now we're about ready to get back to work, which is something. But as we started to get back, we wanted to go back to New York and do all this stuff. Some guy ripped us off for like $12,000 and continued to harass my wife for the last year, making it almost nearly impossible for us to do anything. So so now we're in a space where we got to recover, maybe recoup some of our losses. Do you still feed the birds?
I wish. It's illegal to feed them.
Okay, after we started feeding the birds here, they passed a law making it illegal to feed pigeons in Clark County.
We don't want to get kicked
Right,
out.
so
We get kicked out of the places that we're staying if we do that.
oh yeah, fine.
'Cause and it's not our place, so. If it was our house, I would definitely be feeding the birds. But you get kicked out of the places you live in if you feed the birds.
It was just another thing. Like we enjoyed feeding the birds, and then
They
passed.
also ripped down my bunny house. I was feeding the bunnies, and they tore down the bunny
All right,
house.
enjoy lunch.
There was a vacant lot that the bunnies were living in an abandoned motel little building, and they tore it down for no reason. They didn't even build anything. They just tore it down because I was feeding the bunnies.
Right. So it just seems like the universe, not the universe, but man here, like whatever we kind of enjoyed. If we enjoyed the caves, they fill in the caves. We enjoyed feeding the birds. They passed a law, no feeding birds allowed. What was the last one?
I was feeding the bunnies, and they tore down their bunny house. For
Yeah,
no
so we're feeding
reason.
some bunnies
They
up
didn't
here.
even build anything. They just tore it down. The bunnies have been living there for years.
Yeah.
It was a vacant lot that had just had like a little building left, and they tore down all of it for no reason. They didn't build nothing. They didn't do anything. They just tore it down just so it could be flat and nothing there.
I know, Kyle. Those cave days were cool, man. I'm glad you enjoyed watching them because just me looking back, it's kind of like it was only 3 months, but shit, I remember it so impactful. Like
It was so fun.
in fact, every day we live now, it's kind of an extension of the cave. It's like okay,
I'd like to go back.
I mean, here I am sitting in my chair here.
Man, if they hadn't filled in those caves, I'd be back.
I hear there are other caves out there somewhere, but they filled in the caves, and I kind of feel like they did because, I mean, I'm not even sure why.
I would have been living there again. them, and that was so much fun.
Uh-huh.
It was so peaceful. Get away from all these turds.
Yep.
Have our own little space in a while.
That's I'm full.
Oh,
All right. What is another day here, guys?
yeah, so thank you guys.
Thanks for watching.
I feel a little better.
We'll do a little blog here while we try to figure out how to have kids. I bet something might come out with some ideas. I know you guys just get a job, but you know what? It's not that easy because
Well, yeah, because we're not gonna do some
because
job that makes us
she's not
unhappy.
okay. If I have to go somewhere 10 hours a day and be away from her,
Then we won't be happy.
then then and she's miserable, then that doesn't make sense either. So it has to be something kind of like
Yeah, because we normally are happy with the way we live our life, but with everything going on, it really just upset us. But I know I wouldn't be happy, yeah, if we were separate all day long, doing different jobs. I would not be happy. I'd be in here. I'm gonna blow you right here.
yeah
Bye, buddy.
Okay. Thanks for watching, guys. We're gonna check out. I'm gonna work on some stuff and get it uploaded here to the thing. I got some stuff in the cave, maybe.
We got a bunch of stuff we gotta do today.
Let's see. Hold on. I got older since we've been doing this. See, I gotta do this now. Hey, bless you guys. He will pull through. I'm rooting for the both of you. Much love, light. Enjoy your day. You will pull through. Thank you, Kyle. Thank you, Kyle B. Appreciate all the support, man.
Thank you guys.
Because seriously, I think something's going to come out of this thing. I think something might come out.
Hopefully I get out of my depression.
Yeah, hopefully she gets out of her depression. Thanks for watching, guys.